we got another one of them. Popping at the mouth or the side of his neck when he pouts, no argument, no rebuttal from. He ain't from my town, I don't know him, so I'm guessing he's a clown.
Welcome to 3 Count Commentary. Let's talk about SmackDown from July the 2nd, 2021. So Edge comes out. Edge is full of piss and vinegar. Basically says he's the guy who got Roman Reigns' number. He got the match at Money in the Bank. It's locked, stock, and barrel. Finally going to get his one-on-one match. He got Roman's number. He's going to be the guy to beat Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso is all like, look, man, let's just get him. We got to get him. Like, he's out, like, where's Roman? He's asking Paul Heyman, where's Roman? Roman's not there yet. Jimmy's like, okay, well, look, I'm gonna have to handle this. You know, when Roman get here, we gonna take care of this Edge problem, right? And Heyman's like, well, the next time he saw him, you know, Jimmy's still on the same tip. Like, he's gonna call out Edge and he's gonna beat Edge's ass, and then Roman's gonna attack him from behind, and everything's gonna be all good. And Heyman just kind of stood there, and he was like, sure, sure, whatever you say. Then Edge cuts this promo about how he knows it's gonna be a trap, and he doesn't care because he's tired of the Anawais. He's gonna whoop their asses, and you know, now he want to get rid of Jimmy, so he won't have to deal with him come Money in the Bank. And then they cut the promos at the end where Jimmy comes out and he's calling out Edge, and he knows Roman isn't there now. You know, he's not even upset that Roman isn't there. So Edge comes out, and then Edge, being the tactician that he is, he instead of going down there full of piss and vinegar and fire and attacking Jimmy Uso and fighting him head up, knowing that Roman isn't there, he stopped. And he said some things to Jimmy. And I think this is the important part, because this is the real character stuff. Edge's character is not a physical character. The Ultimate Opportunist, which is, you know, what this character was called before. I don't know. I can't quite put a finger on it now. But this character is cerebral. You know, this character is tactical. This character is intellectual. This character knows to attack weak points on a person mentally. So when he comes out, the first thing he does is that he attacks Jimmy mentally. That's his first attack. His attack doesn't string to the ring, throwing punches. It's out. He comes out there and he says, "What happened to not being nobody's bitch? I thought you were different from Jay. You know, we know that you acknowledged Roman. We was there. We saw it. You know, we know how Roman is. Roman just uses people. He's just using you. He used up Jay. He's using up you. And Jimmy's, you know, doesn't care. Jimmy's not trying to hear that. This is for the family. He ain't trying to hear that. So they get into the scuffle. They get into the fight. Edge decimates Jimmy, chokes him out, makes him tap, then puts the little bar in his mouth. Just really humiliated Jimmy. That's something now that Jimmy can work with. That's important, because Jimmy is not Jay, right? So now we're going to be in a situation where next week Jimmy is going to be very, very angry Roman didn't show up, right? Because Jimmy stood up for the family. Roman did not. Jay did not. How important is the family really? What is the family at this point? If Jay's not showing up to work and Roman's deciding to take days off and not telling anybody, then they're both alienating and isolating themselves from him. What is the family really? And that could lead to maybe Roman not having as much backup at Money in the Bank, right? Because now Jimmy was amped up to be not quite the right-hand man, but, you know, he was amped up into being in that position. He was trying to do what he felt was the right thing to do. And Roman fucked him on it, right? So now we're in a position where he's probably not going to want to be in Roman's corner come Money in the Bank. Not going to be there. Now, of course, maybe this is all going to build up to Jay returning. And we're going to find out that Roman skipped SmackDown because he went to go see what's up with Jay. And that's going to be the manipulation. Like, you didn't care about your brother. I did. I went and found him. You was out here beating your chest trying to be tough guy. Main event Jimmy Uso rather. That's probably going to be the manipulation. Is they're probably going to use Jimmy's newfound desire against him and say you was too amped up in your own thing or what you were trying to do while we were trying to make amends and bring the family back together. That's probably going to be the manipulation there. But I thought that it's very important that if that it's kind of, and it was kind of bland because we see these fight at the end of the shows a lot now. In lieu of matches. They don't have matches as main events anymore. They have fight segments as main events now on SmackDown. And this was a good one. Not because of the action, but because of the storytelling. Because Edge stopped. And it's something so small. But it's still very important for the two characters involved. That Edge maintains that he is not the biggest, strongest, even though he's like 6'4" or something crazy shit like that. He's not the big muscle guy. He's not the badass. He's always going to go after you in a tactical, precise way. And it's very important that he stopped and talked to Jimmy first. To give Jimmy the opportunity to back down and not do this. But also to give Jimmy something to think about afterwards. Now, Jimmy still could have come to this same conclusion, even without that little conversation there. But it adds extra oomph for us, the people who are watching, because now we know that Jimmy is in a position he didn't want to be in, doing something he never really planned to do, and he is playing a role he never said he wanted to play. And he's always been against. We're seeing that Roman has already manipulated Jay. He has infested Jay. He is pulling the puppet strings on Jay. Now, I keep saying Jay, I mean Jimmy, right? He's pulling the puppet strings on Jay too. He's probably the reason Jay's been staying home, right? We probably find out later that Roman told Jay to stay home. This is, some of the better stuff. I don't know how this stuff is going to go over in front of a live audience, though. Because SmackDown has really benefited from the no crowd. That means no idiots chanting what. There's no idiots chanting for CM Punk. There's no impetus on excessive amounts of action. You could be a little bit more dramatic. You could slow down your storytelling. They've still been having pretty good fucking matches. But they haven't relied on matches to convey the story. They've been conveying the story through theater. I don't know how much of that they're going to be able to get away with a crowd. I don't know. But I definitely look forward to it. But I think this was good. This was good. This was probably a better episode than it should have been without Roman. And I think everybody in WWE has done a great job of making people think Roman's going to appear at the last minute, and he didn't. So we get Edge at the end, master of the snarling face, with the veins all in his face and everything. He looks stressed out and dogged. He looks angry and obsessed. This is, of course, a callback to what he was in 2004, when he was trying to become the World Heavyweight Champion. But injuries and other setbacks kept getting in his way. And he ended up, being the Edge that pulled at his hair. And, it was before he the whole thing with Lita and all that stuff happened. They were always trying to make Edge a thing. But this is sort of a callback to that. That obsessed with success, obsessed with ambition. Edge is obsessed with his own comeback story now. Like when he was a kid in 2004, he was obsessed with success. He was obsessed with being the world champion because he was so close. He felt like he had done everything else. He had been an Intercontinental Champion already. He had already been a Tag Team Champion. He had already been the King of the Ring. He had already done everything else. The only thing that was left for him to do was to crack that main event. And he couldn't get it done. It kept being somebody in the way. And then they did the whole thing. He's supposed to be the Evolution Killer. And that didn't work out, which would have been great. but it didn't work out. I think he got as far as beating up Ric Flair. I think that does. No, he won the Intercontinental title from Randy Orton, and then I think he got injured again. No, he lost it to Jericho or something like that. But that didn't work out. Then he started that feud with Shawn Michaels, where Shawn was tasked with putting the Kid over. That led to a pretty good series of matches. And then the whole Matt Hardy thing took place not too long after that. I think he won the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania that year. And then the whole thing with Matt Hardy blew up and he was taken to the next level. But we're seeing mirrors of that. And I told you, like, the storylines might not be that good in WWE. But the characters are remarkably consistent. I've always said that. The booking sometimes is shit. But the characters are consistent. This Edge that we're looking at now is almost the exact same character as he was in 2004. He was obsessed with his own success, obsessed with his own potential before. Now he's obsessed with completing his comeback story. He's not just angry he got jobbed out at WrestleMania. He's not just angry that Daniel Bryan was in the way. Which, again, if you look at the mirrors between Edge in 2004 when he kept trying to be the World Heavyweight Champion and Evolution was in the way. He is now obsessed with his own comeback story. He keeps talking about it. 10 years to the day. 10 years to the day. I had it planned. And then the plan didn't go the way that I wanted it to. You tell that story is perfect because it tells you everything you need to know about Edge. One, he's planning. He's a schemer. That's always been Edge's character. He's the ultimate opportunist. He's a schemer. He's always planning, always observing, always trying to put his thumb on the balance of what's going on. It's consistent. It's remarkably consistent. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, or is it that Edge is somebody who's been around so long that they know, he knows his character and he knows the direction of his character and what he should and should not be doing. But it's remarkably consistent. It's been 17 years. And you can go through, and that's what I would call the archetypal story of a guy. Like when I start doing those kinds of series, you look at it in its long form. Same character, same repeated patterns of behavior. Scheming against your opponent, trying to outsmart your opponent. This was an Edge thing, right? Different things from smacking John Cena's daddy to teaming up with Vicky Guerrero when she was the general manager, because then you get the power of the general manager that gets to keep you with the title and all that kind of stuff. It's been the same thing all this time with Edge constantly scheming against his opponents in somehow, some way. And that's why I like this, because I know the Edge character. But they really didn't do shit else on this show. So, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, donate to the channel via Subscribestar, or send tips through Cash App. And anyway, thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Skin tone, so why attach yourself and piggyback the wealth you didn't earn or lack yourself? I'm telling you to own up to your own success and failures. It's a reason why these sleazy guys